What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Today is Sunday, July 31st, day 26 inside the Big Brother house. It was veto day. We had the veto competition. Before we get right into that, just a little bit of programming stuff. Tonight, I'll be live on Twitch from 6 to 9. There is an episode tonight. We'll see the HOH competition and kind of the finishing of that. And we'll see the initial noms where Alyssa and Indy will go up. We'll probably end up doing a little bit of like chat and maybe some games over on Twitch for like the first like 2 hours of the stream. And then that last hour, we'll probably do a little watch along of the episode. So if you want to come on and hang out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ori streams, the description. We'll have a link, and there should be a pinned comment if I remember to do it down there with the link as well. But let's jump into what happened with the veto. So first off, in the morning, Daniel woke up and was kind of clueless to everything that was kind of going on. He was telling Nicole about it. He's like, yeah, I walked in on some of them up in the HOH room, and well, you know, we were telling ghost stories. Meanwhile, moments before, they were talking game, and when Daniel walked in, that's when they were like, let's switch to ghost stories. So he was pretty much clueless with it. Nicole's nervous. She doesn't necessarily trust the idea of going up, especially with what happened to Ameerah, so she's a little unsure about what's going to happen. Veto's players were picked, and Daniel and Kyle were picked to play in the veto. So the people playing will be the nominees, Alyssa and Indy, Daniel and Kyle, and then Monte, Joseph, and Terrance. So it's a team of 3, 2, and 2 going for the veto. And, well, Kyle and Daniel won the veto. They are the veto winners. Now, this leads to an interesting scenario. Most likely, the veto is used. Alyssa and Indy, they come off the block. Taylor and Nicole go up, and Nicole is voted out. So therefore, Daniel will be backdooring his friend. Or a very slim chance, but there is a chance here that the nominations stay the same. Because Kyle is interested in this, and we'll get into why Kyle's interested in this. He kind of wants to see Alyssa go. So we're either going to see Alyssa going home because of Kyle, or we're going to see Nicole going home because of Daniel. Either way, get your popcorn ready because this is going to be fun. So a little bit about what's going on here, right? So Kyle is feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and I can totally understand why, because there's been several things that is like, look, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I don't want to be in a showmance with you, Alyssa. We're not in a showmance. I don't care how much you're coming on to me. I don't want to do that here in the house. Maybe outside the house, sure, but especially not right now because it's going to hurt my game. It's going to hurt your game. I don't want to do anything with it. At this point, too, I almost feel like Kyle's like not interested at all. I feel like even outside the house, he's done. He's just trying not to hurt her feelings. He's trying to be nice, but he also just doesn't want to like completely break her heart and have her blow up and then just make the whole house awkward. He'd rather just like, maybe she can leave quietly. The first thing that kind of happened today was he's taking a shower and Alyssa's like literally like right up on the door almost, like basically looking in, and she's like, can I shower with you? Like, oh, maybe I should just hop in. And Kyle's like, no, you can't shower with me, like, please. Like, you can't. How many times do I have to tell you? And he's like, you gotta go. Like, I promise. I'm in a little situation right now. Like, please let me be and let me get a shower in peace. Poor dude can't even wash his balls in peace. So that was the first thing. And then later in the night, actually, I kind of want to show you this here. This was posted by Big Brother Junkie. Just kind of as we end up going back there. Here we go. This is kind of, and we don't even really need audio for this, but you just kind of can get the feel from this, where they're hugging and Kyle's just like, I trying to be nice. I don't want to do this. It feels awkward, and oh, this isn't a good thing. And He's like, please let me go. And just she keeps trying to get him to kiss her. She's like, gets up on his neck. I think here's the part where it really starts to get like, oh, she's like begging, and this goes on for a while. Eventually they move to the bed, and like she like moves her head closer to him. This is like the most showman's like there ever has been in Big Brother. Honestly, it's funny because the way things are kind of turning out, I don't see anyone really being in an actual showman's. The only one that's like maybe there's a slight, slim, barely a chance would maybe be like, I don't even know at this point, Taylor and Joseph? But even that's more, they're like friends, and I don't think either of them are looking for anything like that, right? Like, it's just, that's like the only people I could potentially see actually forming a showman's. Otherwise, like, there's just nothing there, right? There's no chemistry between anyone. But you can see here, she's just hanging all over him, and bless Kyle for holding out and not like just giving in and being like, here's a little peck. Like, he does a great job of just not. So I wanted to show you guys that, because the poor man, he just wants to be in peace in the house, right? Like, let him be, Alyssa. With that said, there's some other stuff going on with Alyssa. At this point, Indy and Jasmine, they are done with Alyssa and Nicole. They had found out about the Pose Pack Alliance, obviously. The leftovers have been dropping little seeds, and Indy and Jasmine are finished, right? Totally over it. Now, Alyssa is also done with Nicole. She's been throwing her under the bus to Monte every chance she can get about hopefully saving her own ass. But it's been a mess for the house. In fact, actually here, I do have a little bit of an updated alliance chart to kind of give us an idea of where the house is at. And you can see it's the leftovers. You got the outsiders. You got the pound. You got that trio of Michael, Brittany, and Taylor. I guess I haven't really added it, but I guess maybe you could have something with like Monte Joseph, maybe, but there's nothing official there, and like they've never like made it like anything more than it is really. But there's connections, right? On the other side of the house, you got Daniel and Nicole, Jasmine and Indy. They still kind of trust each other. Alyssa, she doesn't really trust either group. Well, I mean, she still trusts Jasmine and Indy, but they don't trust her for anything. Terrance is all on his own, pretty much. Like, he talks to the leftovers, but he doesn't trust Nicole and Daniel or any of them. He's like, I can't trust anyone who would vote me out, and then one who gave me a sympathy vote. Like, I'm done with them. So he pretty much talks to most of the leftover guys, like Monte, Joseph, and Kyle, even Turner, and kind of feeds them information on the girls. So that's kind of been how that's working out as well. Now, like I said, there's kind of two plans here, right? The main plan is use the veto, take down Alyssa and Indy, put up Nicole and Taylor, send Nicole home. Here's where things get a little tricky. Daniel and Nicole were talking, and I think Nicole at this point, she's got complete cold feet. She's like, I do not want to go on the block at all. Like, I'm done. So Daniel came up with this idea. He's like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and make it so that Kyle doesn't want to use the veto either. I'm not 100% sure what the actual rule is. And we really didn't have to worry about it when it was Brittany and Michael, because they were always on the same page. But now that it's Kyle and Daniel, what it sounds like is they both have the opportunity to use the veto if they want to. And I don't even remember that from the veto episode, like if they both had the opportunity to say, no, we're not using the veto. But Kyle's like, Daniel says he needs Kyle to say no to use the veto so he can keep Nicole off. His pitch is that they can work together, them, Kyle, Alyssa, they can get Jasmine, and they can all work together and they can keep Alyssa and they can make a move going forward. He's so proud of himself with this plan. Eventually, when he goes to Kyle and was like, listen, did you see when we won? They weren't happy. Not one person was happy that we won. They wanted to backdoor us. Daniel, listen, he's like, they wanted to backdoor us. Kyle's like, oh, I didn't notice. They weren't happy. I love when anybody comes to Kyle and they tell him like something that he already knows, or like he knows is like kind of bullshit, right? And they come up and he goes, his like pretend shock face is the best. I love it. So Kyle eventually leaves this conversation and Daniel goes, step one. That was step one of the plan. Stay tuned tonight. Listen, I stayed tuned. Nothing else happened. There was no part two. But like, he's like, that was part one. Stay tuned tonight. Stay tuned. He goes, he gave himself like a really like satisfying nod. I did good. He didn't do good. You didn't do good, Daniel. You didn't do good. I don't know what his next plan is. I don't know what any of that is, but it's not going the way he thinks. It's definitely not going the way he thinks. There was an interesting little thing Monte was filling in the leftovers about his conversation he had with Jasmine. Jasmine had to approach Monte. He's like, hey, what if we create a 5-person alliance? Me, you, then we pull in Joseph, Indy, and Terrance. Huh? What do you think? And Monte's like, yeah, let's try and do that. I'll tell you, look, we're in the middle of a steamroll right now. The leftovers are just kind of dominating. But this has been one of the most well-executed plans, and it's gone way better than they can even hope for. At this point, right, they're 2 weeks old. The leftovers have crushed it. They're already like A tier, B tier of all time Big Brother alliances at this point. The way they've been able to dismantle the other side of the house, and being in such a low point where they had like no power, to being into the point where it's like, oh yeah, we have all the power now. It's been a thing of beauty to watch. And I've just been so fascinated by it, and I've been loving every minute of it. Other than that, there wasn't a lot of game talk that happened yesterday. We did have the most epic 2-hour Chinese checkers battle royale going on. It was like mainly all the leftovers kind of like huddled in the living room playing Chinese checkers for 2 hours. But I'll tell you, it was fun. It was fun watching it. It was kind of just a chill night on the feeds. Everybody was hanging out, playing games. Nicole was still freaking out as always. Daniel as well. But otherwise, pretty easygoing night. Literally, they're still up right now. Like, Turner's reading cereal boxes for entertainment. A bunch of them just all decided to go to bed when the DR called Brittany to the DR, and they were like, Brittany, please come to the DR. And they were like, oh shit, we all need to go to bed before they start calling all of us to the DR. So it seems like things are wrapping up for the night. But yeah, other than that, what do you guys think of the plan going forward? Would you rather see the veto not used and Alyssa go, or would you rather see the veto used and then send Nicole packing? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, like I said, remember, we will be live over on Twitch tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, and then around 8 p.m. Eastern is when we will start the live watch along for the episode, for the nominations and the rest of the HOH competition that we didn't see on Thursday. Other than that, though, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, smash that like button. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video, you never miss a stream. Hit that notification bell. My name's been Ori, and I will see you next time.